So let's start off with our first story. Afro Nation, 5-year extension for Ghana. You know, let's even go through the event and understand everything that happened and see its benefits to us. 5 years running. Are we prepared to be able to host it for 5 years after the amazing feat we pulled off for the first one? And then, you know, the pros and cons of, you know, of everything. What do you make of Afro Nation? Is it something that sits for the benefits of Ghanaian musicians, or sits for the benefit of just tourism in general?
It's a product for Nigeria. It's a product made to promote Nigerian artists on other countries. So anybody who tells you it's going to benefit Ghana is a liar. I can take you, I like to play with figures. The last one that was held, 4 days. Every day you have 10 acts performing. The first day you had 10 artists, only 3 Ghanaians. All the rest are Nigerians. Second day, so the 2 Ghanaians who performed on Friday, 3, Stone Boy, Becca, and Medical. On Saturday, it was Shatawale, Efia, and then Kwesi Arthur. On Sunday, it was R2B's Kidi Kwame Eugene. On the last day, it was Kofi Kenata. Just Kofi Kenata.
So in total, how many Ghanaians had a chance to perform at Afro?
In total, 6.
6 Ghanaian artists?
Yeah, no, 9. And then come to the hypes. The hypes men, none. They are hyping in Ghana and they have no clue about our culture, about our heritage. DJs, we had 3 DJs among 24 DJs. How do you tell me?
So you feel there's an imbalance or an unfairness?
They are coming to sell themselves.
Who is coming to sell themselves?
Nigeria. The company is owned by Nigerians. The argument is being made that, oh, Afro Nation Ghana. Anybody who tells you there's an Afro Nation Ghana is a liar. Go read the contract that was signed. It was signed between Event Horizon Entertainment or Protest of Afro Nation. There is no Ghana. So if anybody is telling you that there's an Afro Nation Ghana, it does not exist. And the painful thing is, what is so important for the British High Commissioner to be in there pushing for this deal?
You tell me.
I don't know. I don't know.
But don't you think that it's, I mean, on the other side, in terms of patronage of the event, don't you, and then attraction of people into the country on that side, do you still think that, I mean, that's in any way still overweighs or outweighs the benefit, you know, the performance bit of Ghanaian artists being involved in the event?
Yes, and there's my argument. Are we saying that Afro Nation was the only event that entertained the people that came down?
Obviously not. There were other events.
Good.
But it did pull quite a number of people, though.
I bet you. We did, what's the name? Party in the Woods at the Botanical Garden. We did over 25,000 people.
Yes.
We also sold on the digital platform just like they sold. So that argument that it made the year of return huge is nowhere to be found. Rapaholic drove numbers. The Beam Show drove numbers. Little Havana drove numbers. There were a lot of private parties. Roverman Productions, their theater, the comedies these people are doing. All my argument is that if the same attention that is given to Afro Nation, we identify the top 10 Ghanaian events that did well and support them with logistics and the same support we are giving Afro Nation, Ghana will be a better place for every tourist that comes in.
So you feel some unfairness with the fact that there was there's been a deliberate focus on Afro Nation, similar to Afrima. When it came, we heard there was going to be Afrima organized in Ghana for about 3 years running or so. I mean, until it was abrogated. So you feel there's this unfairness, you know, with regards to the government could have also signed partnership agreements.
Satisfy your people first, the taxpayers. Give them what is due them before you consider foreigners. Why do you want to enrich Nigerians in Ghana when your own people are struggling? So then when you finish, would you come and tell the youth that they should vote for you? Or you go to Nigeria and go and tell them they should come and vote for you? This is unreal.
Let me just throw in a sensitive question. do you feel, I mean, this was probably organized in partnership with Rave Media, that is Mr. Rudy Kwachi's company, and it was pulled off, but this concept sits with a foreigner. Is it that we don't have the resources to be able to pull off such an event in Ghana with government support?
We can do it. If I can tell you today that if we decide to do Made in Ghana as a product, or we decide to do Year of Return Festival, and we have governmental support, we can run it for a week, and we can match them. We have everything.
I think I'll take you back to Vibe Street Carnival and events of such sort as well, which pulled heavy numbers. Yeah, yes. Back in the 90s.
Akon was here.
Yeah,
it was done. There are a lot of big shows that have been done at the Independence Square. We have everything. We have the technical know-how. We have the artists. Do we have the finances? What is the way forward? Our way forward is, for me, the contract says that GTA is going to manage the contract in terms of the LOC, the local organizing committee, sponsorship and management of the show. I will say if government should consider the 10 other performing events and give them that support, and then do a schedule to avoid clutter and competition and spread the events around the country, we will all be fine. Nobody will have qualms with what government is doing with Afro Nation. Nobody is against it. It was a good show. It was well organized, but it's a show that was for Nigerians. And for us to feel like they are working with us, they employ some Ghanaians. Is
this a reaction from Stoneboy's performance in Nigeria where
no, not at all, not at all. Afrima is the same thing.
Yeah.
Afrima, now we've given our money to somebody we don't have returns. All I'm saying is let's also give Ghanaians that benefit of the doubt. If artists like Stoneboy, Sarkodie and all those people are being supported and are being pushed to interlands and other places to do shows, and with a good financial base and logistics, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Nigeria turned their industry around when the government decided to invest in it. So why can't we do that? We want to also invest, but we feel Nigerians are doing better, so we need to give it to them. That is unfair.
No, let me just hold you on there. So in the studio as well, joining us, he was late, so we're still bashing for it. Mr. George Britton, a.k.a. Uncle George, has joined us as well. Uncle George, good morning.
Good morning.
We have a few minutes though, but let me just pick your thoughts on a point that Koka just made with regards to GTA, that's Ghana Tourism Authority's support for Afro Nation, and extended it, to a 5-year contract for it to be organized in Ghana. And that's the fact that other domestic, concerts and events could have also gotten such support and publicly made known, if they're already getting publicly made known, so that we know that, they're also getting it. What do you make of such?
I think first and foremost, I second what my brother said. It's quite sad that, again, we're repeating what we did to Afrima. I mean, I think when you look at the concert that happened this Christmas, I mean, there were lots of concerts, events in Ghana by Ghanaians. One key factor, it's even with Afrochella. So why are we still going back to throw money to an international event? It is good to invest. It's good to, Afro Nation has a vibe. It's a global thing. So for Ghana to be part, yes. But why would you just invest in one and neglect the rest? That is my problem.
Do you think that just on Ghanaian artists, this is a music-related event, Ghanaian artists alone, we will be able to pull off 3-4-day concerts like this and pack as equal as, without involving other artists from other countries?
It is possible. It is possible, but I'm not sure if there's any event organizing body here and we want to organize an event for 3-4 days. It's going to be solely Ghanaian artists. No, it won't. Of course, we're going to throw in some few cuts from other regions. So I believe that if we can invest in our event, you understand, will make a lot of sense, more than just always investing in other people's. Because like you said, we're empowering the Nigerians or the foreigners rather than leaving our people, pretty weak. I mean, Coca here has been organizing events for years. So what happens if we invest in Coca? I mean, we know his capabilities and his achievements. So with the likes of Coca and other event organizing bodies, why don't we invest in these people to empower them to become as equal as the Afro Nation organizers and all these people. You get me? I mean, when Afro Nation was in Ghana, it was good to see people like the Rudy Kwachis and all these people involved in making it happen. They are our people. Now they have the experience. Let's sit them down and ask them to listen. What can you also do for us? Because one of the finest events now in Africa is Afrochella. And Afrochella was probably publicized on the continent and even in the States and all that. So going forward, why don't we empower people? Because these are boys, these are our friends. You get me? We know them, we know the hustle. You get me? They've been able to build a dream. So let's support them and, you know, empower the Ghanaian.
But also, I'm very sure it wasn't an approach from, probably, I beg to differ, but it wasn't an approach from government to come in and then say, hey, let's extend this. Probably there was also the proactiveness on the part of SMAID as well as Rave Media moving in that, hey, we want to do this in your country, it was good. So the business side of some of our organizers, is it there?
I'm sure it's there. I'm sure it's
because we might be expecting government to step in, but what about us as well?
Sent proposals to government. A lot of that has started. I mean, I have been pushing this agenda that it's only a dead person who will say that the year of return is over. The year of return has just started. So let's build a year of return as a festival. Beyond return is the business side of the year of return. So for instance, when the people come, the workshop and other things, selling opportunities around, telling them where they can invest, and also they're telling us how we need to push our industry or where we can also source funds from. That is the beyond the return. But the year of return festival is the fun fair, is the event. We can't take it away. Well, we have been there. We sent proposals. I'm telling you, from day one, we all knew this was going to happen. Kwesi Agyeman was the one who ensured that they got the land when they were having disputes.
So there was a heavy involvement.
Gabby's firm was the one who wrote the rift to what's the name? Afronation, that the land they were trespassing. Why is that all of a sudden he's a newsbreaker? Look at the dynamics.
Well, I hope you on the social media is very active on our pages. Let's get your comments on there. Let's move on to our next story in the interest of time. Also, state of the Ghana movie industry. I know it's a whole day's topic, but let's see if we can do it in 3 minutes. Recently as well, Echo Smith Asante passed some comments and said we are seeing a lot of Ghanaian actors now turn caterers and pastors and have political ambitions as well. Clearly because the industry, the movie industry in Ghana isn't as solid as it used to be anymore. Lydia Forson also, made such a similar, and she also even said that musicians should support actresses and actors as well, so that it's a I scratch your back, you scratch mine affair. What do you make of our industry, movies, Kumawood, and then there's the.
I think the lifeline, what was getting the Ghana movie industry going was the Kumawood, but unfortunately they have allowed YouTube to set in and it has destroyed the Kumawood. When it comes to Gollywood, or the Accra.
When you say YouTube has set in,
yeah, because now what happens in the Kumasi is that rather for an actor to be on set to shoot a whole movie, they will tell you that YouTube pays. So therefore, let's set up a small team, just be, comedy,
short skit,
short skit, and we put it out there. People watch and we get some few dollars. So this has been able to destroy the Kumawood, the Kumasi movie industry, or the Akan movie industry, which is very terrible. I mean, these days I remember I had a meeting with Leo when I had to be in Kumasi for almost 2 weeks before I see him, but now he's unavailable.
He's unavailable.
He's very much available.
He's even waiting for you on your arrival.
Because the movie industry Kumasi is dead. Accra, I think it's only Copyrunner and some few guys doing it. But the question is, it looks like we do movies just for the premiere and it's over.
But what is the problem?
The problem is our casting. We have a problem with our casting. We put popular people and people, curvy people, incoming. We adore incoming slay queens. We give people who have beauty but no intelligence on screen. So we struggle to maintain it. Now, they are we call the wolves and the scavengers. We prepare these beautiful people for people to go say, oh, I have money, come and do this. And then the movie industry is not there. Our scripting and our storyline is dead. We need, as a people, we always have humor around us. A lot of things happen. We need to build a system where we'll have good writers, different producers, different directors, and different actors. But if the same person, like a father, who will have to discipline, provide food, and say, you don't have a right in my house, our movies will not go anywhere. Our style of directing and everything has
So
to
there's
change.
no professionalism, you say, in our industry?
Very, very much. And I think the key word here is marketing.
Yes.
I think right after shooting, what happens? I mean, you see the same directors and producers, sending WhatsApp messages and all that. I think we need to have a proper marketing strategy because if I wake up to hear a particular movie, I mean, I think some few weeks or months ago, I kept hearing the potato, but nothing really moved me on.
No, the latest one is a WhatsApp.
Yeah, they send you the trailers on all these places.
Yeah.
And it's not a wrong thing to do, but we need to engage and invest so much in marketing. You understand? We sit here and know what the kind of movies are coming out of Hollywood, even next month, next 2, 3, 4, 5 months. You get me? Game of Thrones was one of the finest marketed movies or series ever. So what are we learning from these people? Are we just going to shoot and put it down? No. This time around, we are open to a lot of options.
If you go on Netflix, you find a lot of, once again, and that's why I may come back to Afronation and say that there's something that we're not doing right. Because if you go on Netflix, for example, you have a lot of Nigerian movies that are just picking it up. And it's, as compared to Ghana, it's just, I think, only one movie that is coming out from Shelley Frimpong. Two movies. I mean,
but you see, the argument I'll put there is, we are interested in organizational positions than working as the things that took us to the organization. If I'm a producer and we have a meeting and we agree on our production line that this is the cycle we want to go, Jay's production is next month. We're all helping Jay to get the production right. As Jay is marketing, my production is on. As Jay is going to release the movie, my marketing has started. His production is on. It becomes a cyclone. We can put them on these platforms. We are always scared to go where the competition is because we feel we are kings in our home. We don't enjoy going the digital platform. But I tell you, if Ghana is bold or they agree that, okay, you are the aggregator for us, we will make sure we do all the movies. Get us on Netflix so that we concentrate on production. We'll be there. But one person wants to do everything.
It's true, Jay. I mean, when you take a look at the Nigerian movies recently, I think the production is sweet.
Yes.
Listen, I'm not a fan of Africa.
So I'm holding you to your words.
Yeah.
Nigerian movie production in some of the recent movies you've watched is sweet.
It's sweet, beautiful.
Afro Nation production recently is sweet.
Yes.
It is sweet.
So there is something.
No, Jay, there's something. I mean,
that we are not
no,
doing.
Listen, I mean, there's something that we are not doing right, yes, of course. But why is this way? They say because, like you said, I mean, there are proper people in a proper position, working things out. Now, these people are being empowered by their government. In the music industry in Nigeria, they are given $6 million every year. You understand? Is it happening here? No. Even when you look at the industry, I ask myself that, okay, so I happen to hit $1 billion tomorrow, and I want to invest in Ghana music industry. Sorry, the movie industry. Where do I even start? Because when I call this, they'll tell me, oh, there's a confusion and this whole, fracas in the association. When I call that person, so the next thing I'll do is, okay, let me put together my own production team and build. But listen, I might not be a movie guy. I might enjoy watching, but the production and all these bits might not be my thing. So rather for me to, listen, I've been in a lot of meetings and they'll tell you, how you guys, your industry, you guys are always complaining and I just want to invest in money, I'll get my money back. I get that a lot of times.
No, because that is a new motto.
When you sit with a big man, that's what they tell you. I mean, we sit there, we seek for sponsorship every day, but the question is, when they sponsor, what do you get in return? You get me? I think we are a bit selfish in the sense that we always want to chase for the sponsorship, but when you get a sponsorship, what happens to us? I mean, there are products that sponsor most of these people, and for the people, I mean, even after the event or whatsoever it is, for you to even say, oh, thank you to the product, or probably, give the product, let's say a month, to do free promo, you won't do it. So these people, listen, they have their monies and they can choose to do anything they want to do with it. By us, we don't have it, we need it. But we are very pompous, we are very, we swag with nothing, so.
We swag with emptiness.
You feel we are stuck in a place.
We're stuck in an elevator and everybody is expecting the other person to work so that we go. There is a staircase We don't want to stay in there. And we are in the elevator and we are screaming, hello, who is coming to help?
Then
Whilst
again,
we can
Jay,
help ourselves.
Because it's a very critical issue. It's a very,
again,
very serious issue.
You see, the problem again is that we don't strive so hard. We don't challenge ourselves. I mean, the question is, how many Ghanaian movies have been able to air in the eastern part of Africa? If not Nigeria, just as our music. If not Nigeria, how many of us have traveled to other side of Africa to do promotion? It doesn't happen. We are so comfortable. When the movie is released in Accra, it shows in Kumasi, Takoradi, and we sleep. So I think 2020 and above, what we're going to do is that we need to challenge ourselves.
Yeah.
I think
Go
it's about
beyond
time,
our boundaries.
You know, it's about time we stop talking and work. When we go and fail, at least we'll pave the way for the next generation to follow. Until that, especially our movie industry, the next 5 years, I don't know what is going to happen. We'll be going back to cartoons and we'll be watching cartoons.
Interesting. Our time is almost up. Let me pick this last story from you as well and get your opinions. Now, recently, Wendy Shea raised something very critical. I know it turns your head to the other side with regards to the FDA's ban on, celebrities being involved in advertising of alcoholic beverages. Yes. And she says she lost, thousands of dollars on this deal. Recently, I think one of the non-governmental organizations also wrote to her and demanded an apology that you have to apologize because you are an influencer, an influencer, and as such, if you advertise alcohol, people.
Wait. So the NGO is expecting Wendy Shea to raise their kids for them. Oh, I need to clap for them. They are lost. They are lost. No, I mean, they need an applause.
What do you make in general of this ban on influencers, advertising?
It's wrong. And you see, we are not testing our laws. It is not a law. It is an act. It's a guideline. We can go to court and call for a restraint for us to sit as two parties to get it going. First of all, the NGO, I will not go even to the NGO person who wrote the letter. When her colleague or friend visits her at home, what does it serve?
But don't you think that, it's very difficult to restrict your kids to social media and billboards?
For all things, look to yourself first. I understand why Amanziba said that you need to begin from your home. If you are able to educate your kids and your home about alcohol, it doesn't matter what is on the screen. It will not help.
People like Wendy Shea have got, Shatawale, Stoneboy, they have huge followings. Sarkodie's following on Twitter alone is over 1 million. On IG is over 1 million. And a big chunk of these persons are all young people who, when they say put your 2 fingers up, they'll put their 2 fingers up. Equally, when they say go and purchase this alcohol or drug or drink this, and even if they put a tag of under 18s there, you don't think they'll still influence people?
We cover the 8, so we see 1 and something plus. Anyway, I think, you say, honestly, I think in every country or in every jurisdiction there's law. And over here they've set a law that you cannot be signed on to as a celebrity to any alcoholic beverage, which I think, honestly, business-wise, it's destroying us. Because these guys also want to, tap into our followers. So it is our wish that.
So you are against it?
No, we are against it. I'm against it from the word go. Because why approve it when you know it's not good?
This man said he was out of business because of this ban. The one who does it's banana,
and it's true.
Yes,
Jokoto. Yeah.
All his TVCs, all his commercials
have been pulled down.
Yes. And you see, you then come and tell me also that even after 8 o'clock, I can advertise.
Before 8 o'clock, 8 p.m.
How are you supporting me?
And it's destroying most of the work. Listen, I was with, when it comes to alcoholic beverage, I have friends in there, and I was with these guys who were telling me that, they need to come together and, move to FD and to tell them that, listen, the restriction is killing us because the only time that I can advertise my product is after 8 p.m.
Well, let me give you an instance with regards to what happened with the Adonko Bitters event, which happened in Kumasi. Was it Kumasi?
That story is not true.
In Accra, no, I was there as well in Accra, and I beg to differ. So what happened was prior to the event, I witnessed myself. People were drunk with the beverage. And were lined, vomiting, throwing up, because it was said that if you had to enter, you need to buy a bottle. Yeah. And and it was very, very affordable.
So I get you. Adonko was cheap then. You say, Jay, I think there should be laws to punish people Okay, so when Adoko did this, you know, the laws should have punished him, I mean the company, for allowing such things to happen. I mean, for you to give a bottle of alcohol, which you know very much that when you consume one bottle, it will take you to Venice or Mars or somewhere. But it's allowed.
Have you been there?
I mean, when we consume bottles, it takes us far. So, you know, so, I mean, people like this can be punished in a way that the law set for this. But for you to, you know, say no to alcoholic sponsorship. Listen, I used to work with an agency. And if I tell you the amount of money then one of the companies here was paying to media, particular media house in Ghana here for just 3 months. And now this is not happening.
It's no more. The whole year.
You get me?
That month's budget is not even a whole year.
And you feel maybe in Ghana is that alcoholic beverages and then the telcos that bring the biggest budgets, eh?
Yeah, now that's what's happening. I mean, and the sad thing is, everything now is happening on social media. So the alcoholic beverages are rather paying monies that are going to be taken away to America and other places. So then again, we are empowering the international firms, because then, okay, maybe back then I could bring 50,000 cities to advertise on Prime Morning. Now it's not going to happen. I'm going to do it on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or all these places. And then who benefits? It is the owners of these platforms. You get me? So we need to sit down and analyze this and say, okay, at the end of the day, who's the loser? Listen, these kids are always going to say Guinness.
But what about the parts that affects the Ghanaian?
I'm coming. Let me take you through this. The law says you can't mount a billboard 200 meters near
That's
a
the
school.
funniest law in the world.
I'll give you a typical example. Go to Dankwa Circle. You see a billboard, big brand, international brand. Just behind it is the Lucky Video Studio. That is Rangoon School. Around the prisons is a cluster of schools. 60 meters down is Morning Star. Are you telling me the FDA people, they don't go to Dankwa Circle? They've not seen it.
Yeah, that's a huge... but I think...
DSTV,
okay,
you can advertise any day, any time. It doesn't matter. Heineken and Guinness are on, and other brands are on every day.
Yeah.
Football matches.
Free promo.
But let a Ghanaian TV station show it. We complain. People are advertising on social media.
Yeah.
The big men there,
Yeah.
Adeti, they even buy phones for their kids, and they are seeing it. And you want to siphon the Ghanaian? Really? Why approve it when you know it is bad? That has been my problem.
Yeah.
You take huge sums of money to approve it, but hey, you can't advertise. Where from this? And it is just a guideline. So I don't see why we are sitting on the edge. We need to take them on so that we all sit down. We need to test the law.
So you support when they shake
Jay,
the
Yes.
Jay, you and I know very much how much
Yes.
the alcoholic beverages was supporting our industry. You know, the kids, like you said, you need to train your. See, when I was growing up, I tasted alcohol when I turned 18 plus, because of the way I was brought up. So train your kids well at home. They want to go and drink all these things. When the street ones want to drink, they'll face a lot. They'll throw.
Well, if alcohol isn't working, I'll tell you what.